Hi and welcome to Aussie Griller. Today, gonna make some belly-on pork ribs. These are very easy to make. First I'm gonna start off with a rack of ribs with the belly on top. Now I've taken away the excess fat on top and removed the membrane from under the ribs. So I've got about a 3 kilo chunk of pork here. And start by putting on a bit of American mustard. Just gonna rub a generous amount of that over the meat. And repeat on the other side. Now look at that, now that's a good looking piece of pork. Now I'm going to get some of my Aussie Griller pork rub number 1. Check out my other video on how to make this rub. You want to coat your pork pretty well with this and rub it in. Now again, we're coating both sides here. Just get a bit around the edges as well. Now I've got the Weber set up for low and slow. Got a bit of hickory I've been soaking overnight. And you'll get a good 3/4 of an hour to an hour's worth of smoke from a chunk of hickory like that if you soak overnight. Now I'm going to put in a water pan over the charcoal. This acts as a heat sink and gives good even heat. It also keeps things nice and moist in there. Then of course the chunk of pork. Now this cook's going to take about 8.5 hours. Low and slow, about 225 to 275 Fahrenheit's the range you want to stay in here. Look at that, smoking away nicely. Now we're at about 3 hours, got some good colour in that pork. Add a bit of extra charcoal and another chunk of hickory. Gonna turn this pork around 180 degrees. No need to flip it. Just gonna spray a bit of mopping sauce on here. This is apple cider vinegar, some apple juice, and maple syrup. Just for something a bit different. Equal parts of those 3 items. Okay, now we're 6 hours in. As you can see, the pork's coming along very nicely, but we're not done yet. Gonna add some more charcoal, another chunk of hickory, and some really good smoke flavour on this pork. Yeah, look at that. I'd seriously eat this right now and it'd be really good, but I'm gonna keep going. Again, I'm going to give it a spray with that mopping sauce. Won't be long now. Alright, we're 8.5 hours in now, and that pork's ready. And take it off and wrap it in some foil. This is very important to let everything settle down and all the juices get into that meat. This ensures that it winds up in your meat and not on your plate. Look at the colour in that. Now with a solid piece of roasted meat like this, don't be in a rush to get it out of that foil. I'm going to leave this for about 45 minutes. And you'll see why in a minute. Now 45 minutes have passed. I'm going to take it out of the foil. And as you can see, there's barely a drop of meat juice in that foil. It's all still in the meat. Now you just got to cut it up. Look at that, there's a nice smoke ring. It's nice and moist and tender and juicy. So tender the bone even fell out. Now it can be a little bit chaotic to carve up the ribs with the belly on, but it's worth it. Look at that, serve with your favourite dipping sauces, maybe a bit of coleslaw on the side. For more info on this recipe or to check out my others, please visit www.aussiegriller.com.